Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Strain coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. And I have decided to pull out the second of the Chef 5-minute meals that I got from one of the other generous members of the Ration community. This is the vegetable pasta fagioli. So this is a vegetarian meal. There's Empos in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I was almost delayed because I had a phone call that I had to take because it is from the wife of the head of my mosque, and we were talking about the stuff that will need to be done before Ramadan starts. Oh, that little plastic thing came off as I pulled the bag off, so that's pretty cool. But I'm going to use another bag as a trash bag. So here we have the main entree, the pasta fagioli. And these are gusseted pouches, which is very awesome for if you have to eat it out away from home. Got a couple of the round crackers, the banana chips. These stay the same with all these meals. And then this is instant granola cereal with latte, which basically means milk. But again, I am not going to open this up because I will use it as a breakfast item during Ramadan when I eat my breakfast before first light. Then you have one whole wheat tortilla, this humongous ration heater with the water pouch, more than big enough to put this retort pouch in, but I am not going to use that because I'm at home. I don't want to waste these. Get two of these little peppermint candies. Crushed red pepper. Oh, there's three of these. And this is the same jelly as before. Grape and apple, and then that is what it looks like. Then you get this tray, which, again, I will not use because I'm at home, but I save these. And inside this little packet, you get salt and pepper, tiny packets of that. A small spork, which is obviously too short for eating out of that pouch, and then a little napkin. The tear notches up here. Then you put the fork up to the pouch. It's below the tear notch, so again, I will save that. I'm just going to put all these things to the side, although I'll keep the jelly out because that will get used. Again, no drink mixed with this. No hot drink, no cold drink at all. So I will have to pick something for that. But for my hot drink, English breakfast tea, this is a decaffeinated one. I'm going to go ahead and throw this tea bag in my foreign emery mug. I just dug out a Canadian orange drink powder out of my stash. So you got Mike Kreischer in the house, John Zemari. There's Nation MRA Finds. Thanks for dropping in, guys. While I stir this, I will scroll back through the chat, see who all has dropped in. Camp Patton Family Compound is in the house. I'm going to switch this to live chat. The default is always top chat. And that selectively shows you comments instead of showing everything. So got that mixed up. I'm going to go put this in the water, and then I'll come back with the water for my tea, and I'll be right back. And the tea will steep for a bit. There's no tear notch on the banana chips. And these are the same with all of these meals. Same with these crackers. I'm just going to use my scissors to open this. These are like pilot crackers, but they're just smaller versions of them. And there is the tortilla. No oxygen absorber in there. And these wrappers are pretty thin on these things. I'm giving this grape apple jelly a need because it had some bits that seemed to be a bit more solid. Oddly enough, there does not seem to be any Best Buy dates on any of these items. Just looking here on the granola bag. If it had it on the pouch, on the retort pouch, it's probably all wet by now. I'm thinking what I might do, instead of putting the jelly on these crackers, I may actually just put it all on the tortilla. And I might do something else with the crackers when it comes to the main. Because I have a feeling the pasta is probably going to be pretty darn soft. I'm just giving the orange drink another stir. It would be nice if these packs came with a drink option because you're going to have 3 dry items, potentially 4 if you don't have enough water to actually make the cereal wet and you just eat it like a dry granola trail mix or something. Then again, you could put the banana chips in with that. I just broke one of the crackers in half. I'll leave one piece out because that will be the piece I will taste. But I am going to go get the main and I'll be right back. I am back. Using a paper towel to dry the pouch off. So it'll be easier to handle. Well, the label didn't completely go to crap. I'll get that out of the way. Oop, I need to fix that because there's a little... There we go. I'm going to call it good for that. So these little pieces of pasta, go ahead and take a taste of this by itself. See, when it comes to slow-mo, Angry Blacksmith is here. Thanks for dropping in. The one app that I have is called Power Director. I have the free version. It does have slow-mo capability in there. So you could give that one a try. Let's see, there is pieces of tomato in here. There is there's green bell pepper. And there's what looks like meat is the typical TVP, textured vegetable protein. And there is a red kidney bean. It's soft, but not too soft. But I have one more thing that I can do with this to jazz it up just a little bit more. I put a little parm on there. Gonna try a piece of that also with one of the cracker bits. Actually, that didn't have a cracker bite, but I'll eat this piece of cracker by itself. Not very salty, but not a whole lot of crisp. But enough to provide a little texture to this pasta. The fake sausage does help. It gives you the sensation that you're eating meat when you're not. I have TikTok, but I only put cat videos up on it. My tea bag should have steeped long enough. I just put a little bit of sugar in there before I put the tea bag in there. 'Cause I like my hot tea a little sweet. Yeah, just kitty clips on there right now. This tortilla does taste like it's been around a little while, but it hasn't completely gone to crap, so having the jelly on there will definitely help. And it would be nice if these had Best Buy dates on there. It would definitely make it easier for people to keep track of when it might be time to go ahead and eat these meals. If they do store them for a fair amount of time. Yeah, the sauce just tastes like a marinara sauce. So there are definitely some herbs in there, which is nice. Oh, nice. That's one thing that I cannot do here because I don't have enough sunlight for berry plants to thrive. I don't have a lot of space on my deck. I'll go ahead and eat one of these banana chips. Now, these taste pretty good this time. James Ortiz is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. This is the pasta fagioli chef 5-minute meals. This is the vegetarian one. The other one I have is the beef stew. So I'm flipping back and forth between vegetarian and meals with meat. That's one way I can change it up with what I got. It got up to, well, depending on where you get your reading from. I've seen one show as high as 58 Fahrenheit, another one say 56 Fahrenheit. So right now I have my slider cracked just a little bit. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot of noise going on outside. I can't have it open anymore because Pumpkin is a screen climber. She will climb a screen, and if she can figure out how to get through it, she may do that. So I've already had to have my bedroom window screen replaced. It was kind of messed up anyway, so fortunately I didn't get dinged for that one, but who knows, they might next time. So I have to be very careful with that. Right now it is still 51 Fahrenheit here. It's cloudy, so there's not a whole lot of wind either. Today I cut up a bunch of onions that we will be using at my mosque during Ramadan, and I put them in bags to freeze. And I took the scraps from those onions and put them out into my compost bucket out there. So when my bucket here inside my kitchen gets a little bit more in it, plant matter in between layers of coffee grounds, because I just layer it like that. And then when that gets full, I will just dump it into that bucket out there. And the bottom of that bucket, all the stuff down there is pretty compacted, so I will have to somehow break that up. There's DeCarlos Perry in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I have this is a chef 5-minute meals. I'm just showing the cereal, which I am not opening tonight because I'm saving this for one of my breakfasts during Ramadan. But this is the vegetarian pasta fagioli. And what I did was I broke up the 2 crackers and put them underneath. And then I poured the pasta fagioli on top of that. And of course I had to bring a little parm from my kitchen and sprinkle on top of that. So got banana chips here. Always the same with these. You get banana chips. You get the apple grape blend jelly. And you get 1 tortilla. These are whole wheat tortillas. And I put the jelly inside the tortilla. But no drink option at all with this meal. So I have a Canadian orange drink. Then I just pulled an English breakfast tea from my stash. So all of the items that are not being used in addition to the cereal. This is a salt-free seasoning blend. This little spork. Catering style salt and pepper packets that you might get in the sandwich box. A little napkin and 3 peppermint disc candies. Of course, the flameless ration heater I'm saving. And this little tray I'm saving because I figure if I'm at home, I don't need to use that to put my food in. And I can save the flameless ration heater for when I actually do need to use one. So this has tomatoes, green bell peppers, some red kidney beans, and the TVP masquerading as sausage. But this marinara sauce is actually not too bad. There's spicy tuna rolls in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I'm going vegetarian this week. Next week I may pull the other totem that I have. I'll dig into that one. Or I might get into the fettuccine and put the chicken with it, the chicken chunks, like I've done before. I might do that again. There's Robert in the house. Thanks for dropping in. But tonight, it's a vegetarian pasta fagioli. And I put the crackers underneath it. These crackers are just barely savory enough to work with this. You know, the pasta is soft. The beans are the firmest things in here. Just had another sip of the tea. And these meals have no drink options whatsoever, which is a shame. I wish they would. Because if these were handed out as emergency disaster rations, I think having some kind of drink option would be very helpful, especially if someone had to drink treated water, which may not taste the greatest as it is. The only water included is the prepared water packet for the FRH, and that has something in it that you don't want to drink. It's something in there that is supposed to help the FRH kick off. So when I go to store this FRH, I will cut the bag open. I'll take the water packet out, and I will put that inside of a separate container inside of a larger Ziploc bag. That way they have extra protection against puncture, and I don't want to puncture them. That's why I like to store the water bags that come with the flameless ration heater separate, just to protect them. I'll probably suck on the candies later, but all of these other things, these will go into longer term storage. I want to have plastic utensils and napkins for use in case I have to severely restrict my water usage. And the same with these foam trays. Although I prefer to have paper tableware because I could burn that. If you throw styrofoam in a fire, it's just going to stink and emit black smoke. You don't want to be breathing that in, and you don't want to be cooking over that. Just finishing that last bit off. So that pasta fagioli is not too bad. I think it would just be better if it had some real meat in it. But it's good with a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. Now this granola, I will eat that for breakfast one morning during Ramadan. In fact, what I will probably do is I'll combine 2 of these. And the level of the cereal is just about where this line of text is, but the fill line is only up to here. course, the way they seal these bags, it makes you think that you could just peel it open, but you can't. They just put the seal way down here instead of closer to the top of the bag. But when I get into those, that won't matter anyway, because I'll just be putting it into a bowl. And the apple grape jelly blend is inside the tortilla because I put the crackers underneath the main. So I'm down to these banana chips, which are pretty darn good today. I hope you're not talking about trays that I have, because I have two that I use and one that I have not used. I had two of those, but I gave one of those away. And I don't know if he has ever used it. Someone had given him some MREs, and I thought it would be fun to give him a tray. But he never did open up an MRE to eat it on video on his channel. But I have the other one. I got two of those round steel trays, like I think one of the other guys uses. I think Tracy Phillips, I think, has the round steel tray. I found two of those in a thrift store, and I bought them both. So I have not used it. Because my intention was to one day give it away to a subscriber. Along with some other goodies. I would have to get a big enough mailer for that thing. So when I get closer to my next milestone, which I will be doing a giveaway for, I should have more stuff ready as a prize package for that. In my previous giveaways, I put together a box of survival items that would help someone in a variety of situations. So I think this time I will expand on that and have some ration related stuff. But more about that as time gets closer to that. I'm obviously not announcing it yet because I still have a ways to go before I get closer to 1,500. So it will take me a bit of time to put all that together and figure out how I'm going to do it. In my previous giveaways, I wrote names on slips of paper and then I dumped them out and had Mila paw at them, and the first one that she pawed at was the winner. I will have to try see if I can get Pumpkin to do that, or if I'm going to have to do something different. You know, I'll just keep munching on these banana chips. Yeah, if you want, you could send a picture to Carlos as a private message on Messenger. As long as you both have Messenger, you can do that even if you're not Facebook friends. So that should be an easy do. Yeah, that should make it easier for you to connect with each other. I also have one more halal MRE, and I have that partial ration that I got from LC. It does not have the accessory pack that would normally go with the two mains and the dessert retort pouches, which come as one package, and then you get the accessory pack handed separate if you were a soldier. I think it's the Thai. It's a Thai ration. I know it came from Thailand. So I'm not going to do that one until I can come up with items that I can have as an approximation of an accessory pack for that. So that one will probably wait till after Ramadan. I also have a cheese tortellini MRE. And then I have enough items to have an additional meal. I have a Canadian lamb stew. I have a bagel, a US Emery bagel, which I'm looking forward to getting into that one. I've never had the bagel before. And I have a cookie from a newer humanitarian daily ration. So I would have to come up with maybe a couple more things for that one. And I might do that one after Ramadan. So the 19th of March will be the last live stream that I do before Ramadan starts. So about the 22nd or so is when Ramadan is supposed to end in April. And then, so the following Sunday after that, then I will get back into doing my regular dinner streams. But in the meantime, I should be able to come up with a few extra goodies that I can just add to my stash and hold on to for future streams. Thanks for dropping in, John. Hope to see you again. I will not be putting out as much other video content during that time, or some videos that I would normally do during the first part of the month of April. I may hold off till later. It just depends on how much time I may have in the mornings, because I will probably be going to the mosque in like early afternoon. to start some of the advanced prep and setup for the night's meal. Well, it's a Marshmallow Man. I would say better than jailhouse food because the entree for the chef 5-minute meals is actually pretty decent. Even though it's vegetarian. With these meals, the only thing that changes is the entree. When you get these single meal packs, you get salt and pepper, salt-free seasoning, 3 little candies, a small spork, which is way too short to get into the retort pouch unless you eat it on this foam tray. Get a little napkin and a flameless ration heater. I guess the intention would be you put all your food on this little tray. But if you're eating this cereal as part of the meal, you'd have to do it in a bag. Of course, I'm not eating these because I'm going to be using these as part of my breakfast during Ramadan. But you get a single wheat tortilla, you get a packet of jelly, which is a mixture of grape and apple. No drink option of any kind. So if you have one of these meals and you need something to drink, you have to come up with your own. And if we're having to use treated water, then you might want something to flavor it, like a drink powder. I just pulled a Canadian orange out of my stash. And if you're eating this and it's cold, you might want a hot drink option, so I chose a tea for my stash. You get 2 smaller versions of what look like pilot crackers or pilot bread. And what I did with those is I broke those up, put them down, then poured the pasta fagioli on top of it, and then I had a little parm from my fridge and sprinkled some of that on there. And I put the grape jelly on the tortilla. So these are actually not bad little meals. They're just missing something. I have one more of these, which is a beef stew. I have 2 standard MREs. I have the fettuccine, which has been retired. It has been replaced by something else. But I'm going to do what I did before. I have a packet of the chicken chunks, and I'm going to put that with the fettuccine and mix that up. That works. There's Storms Radio and Cats in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I got a cheese tortellini. Then I have a totem, the tailored operational training meal, which would be somewhat like a French individual ration for exercise. Slightly fewer calories, it's for a time when you need to have a ration, but you don't need the full calories of a standard ration. You know, if you're not doing a whole lot of vigorous exercise or activity, but yet a field kitchen or a base kitchen is not available. So these training rations kind of fit that purpose. So I have another one of those. I got a halal MRE, and that one is in the older style bag. That's in the same clear bag like the totem is in. So that one is from before like 2018 or 2019, something like that. Oh, wow. That sounds good. Yeah, I saw a text late from one of my sisters yesterday about going over to my mom's apartment. But I was in the mosque kitchen yesterday doing some stuff, doing a little reorganizing. And I don't get cell service very good in there. So I may miss a call or a text, or I just don't get it until sometime later. So she asked me if I was home, and I said, "Well, I'm on a bus on my way home." And then she said she had something for me, but after I said that I'd be home all day today, no other text from her. So I don't know if me being home all day wasn't good enough or what, or just didn't think about it. But anyway, that's something that I'll deal with later. This week the weather is supposed to be fairly decent. Highs in the 30s and 40s. Again, depending on where you get your info from. One that I see said we got up to 58 Fahrenheit. Others say we got up to 56 Fahrenheit. So I'll take it either way. When I was out on my deck earlier dumping some onion scrap from when I was cutting up onions for the mosque, that will be taken there and then frozen. For use during Ramadan. I heard some people in the park on the swings. I live across the street from a small city park that has a play area with swings and a few other things. So people are out there enjoying that. So for a little while, I shut my heater off this morning. It hadn't been running for a few hours anyway, so I just shut it off because I have it set to only come on when it gets below 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And then my digital thermometers are actually saying it might be a bit warmer, at least in here. Of course, I generate heat when I got the stove running or when I got my dehydrator going. And I may generate a little bit of heat as well as humidity when I'm taking a shower, because I have the bathroom door open when I'm taking a shower. Otherwise, even with the fan on, my mirror would just get so fogged up and it would just be too humid in there that I couldn't dry off. So I keep that door open. Well, that probably worked for you. Yeah. I don't live on the ground floor, and even though I'm on the north side of the building and at the end of the building, I can pick up some residual heat because sometimes the heater in the hall will be on, the heaters in the stairwell may be on, plus the person next to me may have the heater on. I have a person above me. I used to have a person below me, but I have not seen any light or activity in that apartment for a few months. And then the apartment next to that one, below my neighbor, got vacated because I saw a couple weeks ago there was a crew literally just chucking stuff out of there through the slider into the dumpster. So it makes me wonder if that person got evicted or moved out but chose to trash the place or just abandon it. So now that one will be remodeled. If it was not remodeled during the full building reno back in 20 and 21, when they did the majority of the work, with a few of us still living here. And then if an apartment got vacated during that time, then they would not rent that one out immediately. They would work on it, fix it up to make it ready for someone to move into. Hugo Homestead is here. Thanks for dropping in. I ate all the food that I'm gonna eat for tonight. This granola cereal that they include with these meals, I'm going to use as part of my breakfast during Ramadan for one morning. But because That's all there is in there. So I would combine two of these. So I have two of these already, and then I have a third one, but I will combine that one with another packet of granola that I have. But I had a vegetarian pasta fagioli. So it's a chef 5-minute meals. But I just finished off the last of the banana chips. You get a packet of banana chips, you get a single whole wheat tortilla, you get a packet of jelly, which is a combination of grape and apple. You get two smaller versions of pilot bread crackers. They're just as thick, and they look like the pilot crackers, just smaller versions. No drink option of any kind, so I just chose my own. You get this little spork, which I will add to my stash. This little napkin, which I will add to my stash. Salt, pepper, and salt-free seasoning blend. These will go into my camping food bag because I have bags with seasonings in it. So I put these in there. And I'll probably suck on these peppermints at a later time. This foam tray, which I will add to my stash. And then the flameless ration heater I will save, but I will separate the water bag. And look how long this thing is. So you get a bag of water that's been enhanced with something to help the ration heater kick off. But what I will do is I will separate the water bag from the heater bag and store the water pouch separate so that it will not get punctured. And then when I do have to use this, I will put them together. It's just what I want to do to make sure that those water packets don't get punctured, because if I have to cut back on my water usage and I need to use a flameless ration heater, I can use one of those water bags instead of using any of my stored water, unless I use non-potable water. But I would prefer to reserve that for cleaning or doing laundry. But it's just how I want to do it. But that pasta fagioli was actually not too bad. I took the crackers, busted them up, put them down there, and then poured the main on top. And then I had a little Parmesan cheese that I brought from my kitchen and sprinkled that on top. And for a drink, I had a Canadian orange drink. And then for a hot drink, I just got an English breakfast tea as a decaffeinated one. So that was my meal for tonight. So next week will be one of my amories that has meat in it, because I switch between the ones with meat and the vegetarian ones. There's Shadow Scout Suite in the house, and I'm already done. And thanks for dropping in. Yes, it is morning there for him. And it's morning there for Emphos as well because they're both on the other side of the pond. Yeah, that's okay. That's what happens when I'm doing these streams and you're either still in bed or just getting up. But I do thank you for dropping in. In 2020, when we were not doing iftar dinners at the mosque and I was at home every night during Ramadan because no one was going to the mosque hardly at all, I was just pushing my streams back till after I had broken my fast for the day. And because the year in the Muslim calendar is only about 355 days, everything gets knocked back by about 10 days every year. So every year Ramadan and all of the Muslim holidays will get knocked back by 10 days. So next year it will be in the middle of March instead of in the third week. So in April, when I have my monthly Transit Rider Advisory Committee meeting, everyone else will be eating their lunch and I will not because I'll be fasting. At least I think that's how it's going to work out. But I get a lot of people asking me all the time if I'm fasting and I'm around people who are eating, am I bothered? I say, heck no. You know, I worked in a restaurant. I worked in camp kitchens. You know, I'm too busy doing other stuff to make sure that the customers get their food or have clean dishes to use. Or I'm tossing up drinks for the services to take out to the customers. You know, if I didn't get to have enough of a break to have a little bite to eat, so what, you know? It's just the way it is. I guess some people think that if you eat in front of a fasting person, that is offensive. If I'm supposed to be offended, I guess I'm doing that wrong. I think since I'm pretty much done, I'll probably go ahead and close this one out for tonight. I may pull the totem next week and dig into that other one because I have another one of those. Now that I know there's coffee in it, I won't have to dig coffee from my stash. So I think that's what I'll do for next week. And then the week after that, who knows? Yep, those U.S. tailored operational training meals do have coffee in them. I wish the Halal MREs would have a hot drink option. At least they have a cold drink option like these do not. So that's why I had to go away from here and dig one up. Because like I said, if you're given this meal and you have to have treated water and it may not taste all that great even after treatment with some kind of either a water purifying tablet or a filter or even boiling it, you still may want to add something to it to make it taste a little better. CR in the house from north of the border. So all I have left is my drinks, and I'll probably just knock them back as I'm cleaning up. And I'll put away all these items that I have not used. But I do want to thank you all for showing up. And I'm thankful to have these different meals that I could bring to you all, because trying to acquire rations has not been all that easy, especially if I'm trying to get something foreign. And I had the same issue with the last time I ordered that RCIR from Emery Mountain. It got raided. So I'm not sure if I want to order anything from them again unless it's American. Because I'm tired of paying a good price for something and then up losing the best parts of it. Yeah, I might have and the couple of times I tried to order off of eBay, my payment would not be accepted even if it was not an issue of whether or not I had the funds available. It was that my account was not acceptable for making the payment. For ordering that item, I could order it, but for some reason I could not pay for it either because they don't do PayPal or the dollar isn't accepted or something like that. So I've had to tell those sellers that something is not allowing me to complete the purchase, that I can't make the payment. And if an eBay listing does not say U.S. dollar at the beginning, like it says CA or whatever, if it's not, the original listing is not in U.S. dollars, I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I look at listings that some will send me, but it will not be listed in US dollars, so I can't order from non-US eBay listings. Unless they have an alternate means of taking a payment that originates in US dollars and then they convert it. Well, I think I'm going to do the same as you and kick out of here and get stuff cleaned up and put away. I do want to thank you all for watching. This one was obviously a lot shorter, but not as many people in here, not as chatty, but it is the way it is. So anyway, see y'all next month. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.